Good day, everyone. My name is Yana Gaytano, a proud member of the Grade 10 Divas, and thank you for clicking on this video titled When Problems and Disasters Combine. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever experienced an earthquake, flood, fire, or even a real life tsunami? Have you ever seen or been through a natural disaster? Do you live in a place where it happens a lot? Truth is, disasters can happen anytime, anywhere. Many of us have probably experienced or will likely experience some form of natural disaster at some point in time. Thousands of people have died from natural disasters each year, and the millions who survive are left homeless and hopeless. Recently, more and more disasters have been happening around the world for many reasons. In this presentation, we will talk about why different disasters happen, what happens after these events, what can we do to prepare, and what do problems like pollution have to do with it. We will focus on three main disasters: tsunamis, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. But first, let's answer the question, what is a natural disaster? A natural disaster is a harmful, uncontrollable event caused by nature that can end and ruin properties like homes or buildings and areas, injuries, and even death. Let's look at the three natural disasters, starting with volcanic eruptions. A volcanic eruption is a type of eruption, explosion, or disaster that happens when melted rock, lava, gas, and ash come out from inside the earth through a hole of a volcano, called a vent. Did you know that there are 1,900 active volcanoes on Earth? This means that they will probably explode again at some point in the future. Many of these volcanoes are found on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped area in the Pacific Ocean. How do you know that a volcano is about to erupt? What are the signs? The first sign is when there are a lot of stronger earthquakes happening. Another sign is hot steam or smoke coming out of the ground, or hot spots appearing. When the ground slowly rises or swells or feels a bit hotter than before, and especially when gases coming out of the volcano start to change. What happens after a volcano? After a volcano, many places will probably be covered in harmful gases and ashfall, which can make it hard for people to breathe and see. Pyroclastic flows can hurt homes, plants, and everything in their path. Ash and rocks can spread and pile up in wide areas, and there could be earthquake aftershocks and even tsunamis after a volcanic eruption. One example in history of a volcanic eruption was the 1991 Pinatubo volcanic eruption on June 15, 1991. It was one of the largest volcanic eruptions in the Philippines, and it was called the cataclysmic 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo. Ashfall, earthquakes, and even thunderstorms happened all at once, and thousands of people lost their homes and jobs because of the destruction. Next, let's move on to the next disaster. Next are earthquakes. An earthquake is described as the weak to violent shaking of the ground. It happens when there is sudden movement of rock below the Earth's surface. Scientists use a scale called the moment magnitude to measure how strong an earthquake was. It measures energy released, making it very accurate. So how bad can an earthquake get? Well, the after effects of an earthquake can depend on the population of the area, the depth, the building designs, the strength of the earthquake, and the geology, or how the earth land is structured. After an earthquake, there may be aftershocks, which are smaller earthquakes that follow the bigger ones. There is the chance a tsunami might form. Many hospitals and emergency responders may be overwhelmed and unable to help or take action, and many roads, buildings, power lines, trees, and other places will probably be destroyed or damaged. One example of an earthquake happened in 2011, known as the Great East Japan Earthquake and Tsunami on March 11, 2011. It started with a 9.1 earthquake off the coast of Honshu, then the tsunami arrived within 30 minutes. The disaster also resulted in thousands of deaths, victims, and homes destroyed. Speaking of tsunami, that's our next one. A tsunami is a Japanese word meaning harbor wave, which is a large wave that forms when movement in the Earth's crust moves ocean water. Tsunamis can travel at the speed of 500 miles or 805 kilometers an hour. It's almost as fast. It's almost just as fast as a jet plane. Also, 80% of tsunamis happen in the Pacific Ocean's Ring of Fire as well. There are different signs that a tsunami might happen. For example, extreme ground shaking from nearby earthquakes could signal that a tsunami might come. When the ocean water pulls back and exposes the ocean floor, reefs, and fish, there is a very high chance a tsunami is about to happen. There will be a wall of water and a loud roaring sound like a train or jet. One example is happened on December 26, 2004 around 8 a.m. local time after an undersea earthquake of 9.1 magnitude hit off the west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia, and over 7 hours, the large tsunami was triggered and reached a height of 30 feet. Across 15 countries, many people were reported as missing or dead, including tourists. The country suffered from severe damage and problems after this disaster. So, let's go back to square one and answer, what does pollution or environmental problems like pollution have to do with these disasters? Truth is, disasters and environmental problems like pollution work hand in hand to make outcomes of disasters worse than it should be. And overall, they both hurt the environment. For example, gases or smoke from factories and cars will combine with volcanic ash, to make the air unclean. Land and water pollution can get worse because of the debris, bodies, and damage caused by disasters and the spread of trash at the same time. So, with these disasters, what should we do before, during, and after? Well, first of all, before a disaster, you should gather important contact information, create a disaster plan for any possible natural disasters in your area. You should build an emergency kit or bag that you can take if you must evacuate, and you should bring emergency supplies everywhere you go. During a disaster, follow set procedures and actions, remain in a safe area or shelter, and await announcement of evacuations or safety procedures. Stay informed of the latest updates and information from local authorities, and make sure to have access to your emergency survival kit. Lastly, after a natural disaster, wait for officials or emergency services to announce important information or commands. Be careful of falling debris, damage, and other possible hazards. Reach out and volunteer to emergency service relief organizations, and check in with the people you love. We can't prevent disasters from happening, but we can stop them from ending badly by taking care of the environment, like managing our waste and preparing for the disasters ahead of time. By doing this, we can make sure that we stay safe and can recover from disasters easily afterwards. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!